Oh, there it goes. Everybody watch out and look up. It's Keep Up with Stillvinsane. Welcome to the show. I'm with the rest of my Keep Up crew. Here are my comrades and cohorts. I got Pokemon Stoner. I got John of all trades. I got NS Context. And I got our special guests. Let's get into some motherfucking shout-outs.
What's your profanity?
It's time for some motherfucking shout-outs.
All right. Giggity. No, I'm joking. Don't want to get sued by fucking Mr. Seth MacFarlane. Actually, that's his name, right? Yeah, here we go. We have a special guest this week, and we'll get into her more. Pause. We won't get into her like that, but we will get into the crux of who she is and what she does and why she's famous in our lives. But first, let's shout out a person who makes really, really cool lighters, really cool weed trays. You can catch her on Etsy. You can catch her on Instagram. It's at HerbTing, HERB, the herb, .ting, TING. Check her out. She has great content on her Instagram. Like I said, she has other Instagram pages, Refresh. That's like a magazine type of page. She's a big fan of Rihanna. She's Jamaican, and she's super duper cute. So let's shout out our second person, and usually it is just our guest. And our guest this week is Floritza Gomez. Her Instagram handle, I don't know why I can't remember it. I simply am _floor. It's actually blown up the last year. And she's been killing it. I used to consult with her very minimally on the social media. And then she took off by herself and has been killing it. Killing it on the social media, killing it with the Whole30, killing it with Dominican-style food, ingredients, recipes. You name it. She has great ingredients, great culture behind it. We have a common love for Frida Kahlo. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Tell us more about yourself. Just a little bit. We'll get more into who you are, but give us a little bit before we get into the politics.
Ooh, this is like the banger question. Tell us about yourself.
Tell us how, you know what? Forget that. Tell how we met.
Oh, we met through a mutual friend. How long has it been now? It's been like 15, yeah. I want to say like 15.
I think like 2007, 2006.
Yeah. Like almost 15 years.
Too long.
That's a long time.
Damn. It's time to recycle. No, I'm joking. So Devendra motherfucking Singh. That is a mutual friend that I went to college with. You went to Thomas Edison, right? You guys went to
No. I just knew him through through his ex.
His ex went to Thomas Edison.
No, his ex did not go to Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was not ever a part of the company.
You know what, guys?
Devendra used to stand outside of
history, so just believe my version of events. No, okay. I was so wrong. Continue. I was wrong.
Devendra used to stand outside schools.
Oh, is that? Oh, and they just handed him a degree? Like, is that what they? Here you go. Like, just go away. You look homeless. Stop making the school making the school look bad, bro. Like, honorary degree. No, I'm joking. He was a really good tennis player. He actually was a good student. But as far as trying to pick up the ladies, it seems that he was a stalker. Right? It seems like he was, what's that show called? I never seen it too. You, right? It should be called.
Oh man, You season 1 and 2.
Oh man, what season dev? But anyway, we can't joke on him too much. He's not here to defend himself.
He's not here to defend himself. But yes, right? We met through him that long ago, and your laugh has been contagious since then. Here we are on a show.
Well, it still is contagious. You're right. So put on a face mask. That's all you got to do, man. All right. So let's get into the politics.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck happened?
All right. The Corona Caravan. Now, since we last spoke, Trump is still alive. And not only is he alive, he's contagious. He's a contagion now. He caught COVID at, the Rose Garden while he was speaking about the nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. We have to apologize for that. Excuse me, a little gassy too. I have to apologize for the gas. We have to apologize for that. We got RBG wrong. We got Ruth Bader Ginsburg wrong. And we also got Amy Barrett Coleman. Amy Coney Barrett. Wow, I'm still fucking it up. Amy Coney Barrett. We got those incorrect. Part of Supreme Court news. Can't mess that up. Legendary figures. Got to do better. So, so he was at that ceremony. He was also at a fundraiser in New Jersey. There were some reports that he actually even had a buffet, and that's against Jersey CDC rules. So he's probably going to get a bunch of lawsuits from this. And on top of that, he went to Walter Reed Hospital when he caught the virus, stayed there only for the weekend, came back. Now, the reason why I say Caravan is because he decided to take a little wraparound tour around the hospital where a bunch of his fans, they had signs and they were showing their tits and shit. I love you, tits for Trump, tits for Trump. And so he waved and he was like, I'm still alive, guys. I'm still alive. But the Secret Service was in there. The Secret Service was still in there. That's fucked up. And now he's back at the White House with limited staff and he's still infecting people. And he had his personal physician just say that he's like good to go. And then on top of that, the next debate was canceled. I believe it was supposed to be October. I forgot. It was soon. It was within this month. Obviously, there's another one after it. And it was a town hall style. And Trump refused because he didn't want to go virtual. And the election committee did go virtual. And he did not want that. He didn't want to waste time doing that. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about your president in chief being now with the most infected country in the world now has a president with the disease, with the virus? Touch on that.
A long time coming.
Trump wanted to be number one, so now he's number one in virus.
Right. Balansaro was winning. He was winning, man. He was winning the COVID battle. Not only does his country top 5 in corona catchings and deaths, but he had the virus too. Balansaro, he made a claim that he was an athlete, and so if he caught it, that he would be able to battle it like that.
Because his immune system would be so superb.
Exactly.
That's not how science works.
No, but we know that tyrants and populist tyrants do not subscribe to science. I will say this again. Our president has tried to say that in order to battle hurricanes, we should throw nukes at them. He also said in order to prevent forest fires that we should rake the leaves better for forest management. He has said all types of things that have defied science, climate change. We don't know that man did that. There's all types of things. I can't even go into that. Even people in his cabinet, Ben Carson said that the Egyptian pyramids were like silos. They were meant to keep food.
Oh.
Yeah. He used to be the top brain surgeon in the country. He used to be now with no experience in housing development, he is the HUD. He is in charge of urban development. Yeah, that's great. That's usually for city planners. I have a friend that's a city planner, and that's not for surgeons.
But for Trump and this virus thing, they said that he used stem cells, which the only way you can get stem cells is if you abort a baby. But if you make abortion legal, you can't get stem cells. So therefore, he's going against his Christian people.
That's right. Pence and his base. You're right. The religious right, the alt-right religious right. They do not believe in stem cell research because they do not believe in abortions. They do not believe in any type of body parts being extracted from that. Take that, Christopher Reeves. No, they don't like that, man.
Also, it's also kind of wow. I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it's separation of church and state. So anything based off religious beliefs is going against the Constitution. So banning abortion because of religion is against church and state separation.
Banning abortion because of
religious belief. It's a law based off religious belief. Anything based off religion is technically unconstitutional. So therefore, abortion should be legal. Gay people should be legal, and like gay marriage and all that shit. Yeah, people are dumb.
You delayered this.
Plus, aren't we a capitalistic society? Wouldn't you want their money? So you're like pushing away their money and shit.
This is true, man. But
white
no, a lot
are dumb.
Well, the reason why conservatives, the fundamental conservatives, ones that you can actually have a conversation with, they do not believe against. So in their personal lives, they believe in pro-life. They believe nobody should have abortions. But where most of their fight comes from is they do not believe that it should be federal law. They should believe that because they're conservatives, they believe in the Constitution that it should be state by state, which technically they should. But like I said on one of the other episodes, there were women taking hangers and Clorox. It was an epidemic.
Jumping upstairs.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a national emergency. And so women were in desperate need of legal help. So like I said, it was done dirty. Even in Roe versus Wade, they had a woman, I forgot her name. We should look that up actually. That was used as a pawn, and now she has her own special that I need to see. I think it's on Hulu or Amazon Prime, and it actually shows that she is pro-life now, and that she realizes that she was used as a pawn. So they did it really dirty. They did it really dirty to pass that law, but thank God, thank goodness. Floritza, we lost you in the shuffle. How do you feel about either any of these things? Trump being infected and spreading it around, what Harry was saying about pro-life stances within Pence and the treatment that Trump is getting with the stem cell therapy. What were your thoughts, if you have any thoughts?
I think, I'm a theorist, so a part of me is kind of like, does he really got the Rona though? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. No, I feel you.
And I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that whole, like, the whole event at the Rose Garden, like, it was like everybody was like, it was like a touch fest. Everybody was just touching. Like, I've never seen so much touching.
Stop.
I don't think anybody's touched in 2020 as much as they were touching at that.
And supposedly he's a germaphobe. Supposedly, you know.
Mr. Grab him by is a germaphobe? I don't know.
Right, exactly. I hope you have some dental dam down there.
I don't know. I think it's very strategic. I mean, again, maybe he does. Like, maybe he genuinely does have, like, the Rona, which I just feel like the timing of it all is, like, so kind of alarming. Like, it's like, oh, wow, like, you know, is this really like a sympathy votes type of thing?
Before we move on to the next topic, what is the name of the drug that he used? It starts with an R.
I will give you that in a moment.
Thank you. Go ahead, continue, Florida. I'm sorry.
And wasn't it like what did he use? Bleach?
I mean, right? That was his first recommendation, but obviously he did not get that. He got to mix a cocktail, all that good stuff.
Regeneron. It sounds like a transformer.
Well, just like Oracle, he hooked up his friend with TikTok, with the cloud technology. And just like now, Regeneron, that has raised up in stock prices ever since seriously, it has raised up tremendously on the stock market. And that's where that's going. So do you have anything else to add, Florida? Sorry, we have to move on if you don't.
No, totally. We are all on the same page.
All right, cool. So let's not skip, but let's switch it up, because in chronological order, the VP debate happened with Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, and a fly that was in his hair. It's disgusting. It literally was in there, and he also had pink eye. It was like fucking watching Ren and Stimpy do a debate. It was fucking nasty, man. I didn't understand that. Well, not nasty in the sense of Harris. I feel like Harris was nasty. She was in a good way though. She was. Don't you dare interrupt me, motherfucker. No, she was great.
She was like so like. She was so aggressive, and he was not answering any of the questions.
She ducked a couple, but not as much as him. Holy shit. He ducked like every single question. Holy shit.
Every single question. I don't think.
Like watching Twitter. It was just watching like all Twitter points. Like, yes, the worst economy of all time. Yes, possibly the best. I've heard from others. The best. Oh my God. Like, all the superlatives. I'm just like, God damn. It's like overload of fucking moron. But
what we did watch? That Fly.
We did, and it has been the MVP of the debate ever since. And so, like I said, the highlights of the night: she told him not to interrupt him. She ducked the question of not packing the court. He ducked the question of he ducked a bunch of things. The healthcare. Oh yeah, the pre-existing conditions. Taking that away with the AHA. There were just so many glibs and glibs, but it was more entertaining than the Trump and Biden debate. And like I said, we're not getting the sequel. We're not getting part 2. I believe we're getting part 3 near the end of the month. But did you guys enjoy it at all? Did you watch it, Harry and Fleur? You watched it, right?
I mean, I watched snippets of it.
Okay,
but I didn't. I mean, after the presidential debate, I was all debated out. Because,
so do you think that she won the bit that you saw? Or he won?
I mean, given that she answered some of the questions, yeah. I'd say yeah.
I feel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I
don't know. I wasn't like. I don't know. I don't feel like there's a winner here. I don't know.
I only heard about the debate because of the fly memes. That was it. I didn't know there was a vice presidential debate. I was like, what? That happened? All I knew about was fly.
It was people were talking about it. There was a lot of buzz. But like
no pun intended.
You saw what I did there?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum, be proud.
SNL did that on their show last night. They made a parody of Jeff Goldblum and Biden teleporting to the debate, and he turns to a fly. And that who was that politician who got COVID and died like a few weeks later? I totally forgot his name.
Herman Cain.
Kenan Thompson played him he got reincarnated as a fly. It was hilarious.
Go Kenan.
We should just say fly for president.
Fly for president. Oh, someone said pretty fly for a white guy, right? Like. So anyway, I believe real quick that Kamala won, but I feel like so as far as like a traditional debate, as far as like debating back and forth, getting points across, Kamala Harris won. But as far as reaching their base and amplifying their base and solidifying where they are, Pence did it. Pence did not lose his base. Harris and Biden have, because they have strayed away from progressives. And pretty much not the only way, but one of the biggest ways to win against the Republicans, because they're going to get everybody that they had before. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose that many voters that they had last time.
No.
And even if they tell you that, like, even if in person they tell you otherwise, they're lying. When they get to the booth, they're going to be like, nah.
Yeah, that's usually the trend. Conservatives stay conservatives.
Right? They'll be like, I can't have the male Hillary or something. They'll tell you all types of bullshit. But anyway, I felt like the more they strayed away from progressives, AOC, which they should have said Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I like the way that she corrected Pence for that, because it's true. Like, nobody gives nicknames to other senators and shit like that. She doesn't deserve respect. She's been busting ass. Fuck you, fucking Pence. But anyway, so my bad. Wrap it up. Pence won in a way because, again, he told his base, yo, we're still here. We're still going to like kick ass for Make America Great Again. And over on the blue side, on the Democratic side, they were just like, well, if you're Democrat, that's cool. But if you're progressive, oh, well, we're the New Deal, the Green Deal. I don't know the difference. Fracking. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be in unison, Republicans, with all that type of shit. Good luck. So, yeah, it just makes us feel that, like, you know, when Bernie lost, We lost all progressive hope because Biden is not progressive at all. So, like I said, I'm only voting for him. He was like fifth in my mind as far as like candidates. I felt like Buttigieg was better. I felt like Warren was better. Bernie was better. Tulsi Gabbard was better. There were so many better candidates.
Kanye was better.
Oh, yeah, word. Kanye in Wisconsin, Kanye in Florida, Kanye. I agree. I actually agree, to be honest. He's a fucking mess. But but Trump is terrible. Trump is terrible. Anyway, so speaking of liberate Michigan, Trump came out with a tweet a few weeks ago saying, liberate Michigan. Not even weeks ago, months ago, when the COVID was hitting all types of craziness. And Governor Gretchen Whitmer, she has fought attacks from Twitter, and now she has fought back attacks. There was a terrorist group that tried to kidnap her. They were following us, and they were ex-fucking Navy SEALs. And not SEALs, sorry. They were ex-Navy
Marines. Yeah, Marines. Like 14 of them.
Thank you. 14 Marines. Love that. Good. Florence, please touch more on that. Please. You got more on that?
No, I don't have a lot. I knew those details.
So Gretchen Whitmer, she has been an adversary of Trump. No good. They do not like each other. And Trump, like I said, liberate Michigan because of all the COVID restrictions. His base always takes it seriously. There was fucking pipe bombs that were sent one time a few years ago by a Trump supporter. There's been all types of violence. And even at the debate, he was like, it's only on the Democratic side. It's only the Antifa, this and that. And yet you keep seeing this bullshit. You keep seeing people going over state lines to shoot Black Lives Matter's fucking protesters. You keep seeing this bullshit. I don't understand. I don't get it. I've never seen a governor almost get kidnapped. That's never in my lifetime.
It was like she was like, they're out to get me. Did you see like the 1 minute?
I hope it's not staged.
I mean, I was hoping it was not staged. She said, they're out to get me. They're out to kill me. And I was just like, oh,
right.
Like a whole governor. And it was like, at first, again, I'm a theorist. So I was like, is this like a conspiracy? Like, what is going on here? But now it's like an extremist group.
You say it again?
Like a plot for a movie.
What's the plot for a movie?
The whole kidnapping her.
Oh yeah, no. It will be now. Right. Shit, people definitely got inspired by that shit.
When you see the little like video snips of her, like it literally could be like a movie. Like the whole idea is like a movie. There's more people involved. Like the plot thickens. Like there's people in custody now. Like it's like whole thing.
Meanwhile, our president is over on the other side going, serves you right. Should have voted for me. Anyway.
What the fuck did I hear?
All right. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. And one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Great fucking band. One of the best bands of all time. He used to be married to Vanessa Bertinelli, I believe. That she's an old school actress, back to life, I believe. So, more Tory Lanez news, more Meg Thee Stallion, but whatever. At least Meg Thee Stallion's getting some justice. He has been brought up on charges, felony assault charges for shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. Good for her. Hopefully she can move on from that. She probably has, to be honest. She's been making mad dough. You guys have anything to say about that?
He's going to get, well, I mean, his reply on Twitter was, I haven't been convicted yet, just charged. The truth will come out. I don't know what truth other than you shot her on video. Like, I don't.
Yeah, word.
Turned her foot into Swiss cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'm so confused. Like, but he could potentially serve 22 years. 22 years and 8 months.
He's gonna make a few albums.
Yeah, money talks and bullshit walks. Exactly. He's going to sign a couple records at the fucking prosecutor's office. Like, going to be like,
he's going to be the next 6ix9ine.
Yeah, Eddie's from Canada. They don't give a fuck. You know what? Bieber broke the law like mad times in a row at like 1 year, and they didn't deport his ass. They should have. Like, there's toilet paper in houses, and he was fucking smoking down planes with his dad and shit like that. He was nuts,
and then
man.
He found the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then he found the Lord. Yeah, the Canadian Lord. The fucking, right? Justin Trudeau that. No. Fuck Canadians. Fuck all of them. Blame Canada.
Hey,
Anyway.
hey. Deadpool's Canadian, so is Wolverine, so fuck you, man.
Technically, he's not. Ryan Reynolds is not the fucking actual Deadpool. Deadpool's not
Wolverine
Canadian.
is Canadian, that's for sure.
Yes, he's Canadian.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, so fuck you. He's Canadian.
He's not, though. That's not the
Ryan Reynolds, though.
That's the actor. That's the actor. I tried to put my jewels on. That's Anderson .Paak's new song, Jewels. And he also has a new song featuring Busta Rhymes, YUUU. Very good songs. And if you like some hardcore rap, Benny the Butcher featuring Lil Wayne and Big Sean. Sick ass fucking beat. And yeah, that's it for our music portion. Unless there's some songs that you guys like that you've been bumping to lately that are moderately new. All right, got a lot of editing to do, guys.
I know MGK came out with a new album recently. I don't know what it's called.
More MGK. Yeah. So it's still more of the grunge, because I think I saw something on TikTok with him doing that shit.
Yeah, he's definitely like, people said that Eminem got him so bad he's changing genres.
Oh shit, that's weird.
I never bump to like, I don't know, news. Like, I'm still listening to old school R&B. I don't know. I'm still over there. But
it's okay. Stay over there. It's all right. Right? Hey, room 112. Go ahead. Stay there. No, I don't get me wrong, but I think I've said it on the show before. People play, like yourself, people play old school music all the time. What's the point of me playing it? So when I, like, if I'm always, well, I haven't been around people that much lately, so that doesn't really count. But when there wasn't viruses all around, I relied on people like playing reruns and playing old school music, because in my personal, I'm always listening to music. So it's okay. It balances it out. So I'm glad people like you do, Harry, all you guys do your thing.
Oh, and you're wrong. Deadpool is Canadian, so
the fucking character's Canadian too?
Deadpool is Canadian?
No way. Nice. That's good. That's cool that they actually got Ryan Reynolds to do that then. All right, so we're moving on.
What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck did I play? Sorry, ladies. I had a couple of you guys reach me and tell me that this segment is boring. Usually we have Where the Fuck Did I Go? I haven't gone that many places, so we're going to try to bring that back. But I know there are people, I know there's some nerds out there jerking off to this segment too. So I don't know what to do. So we'll see. We'll cross that conundrum, that bridge when we get there. But for now, it's What the Fuck Did I Play? And I did not play these games, but I've seen some previews and I know about I perused through the demos and shit like that. So technically, I'm not gonna lie to you that I fucking played this shit. But I did watch The Witcher, and we'll get into that in the watch section. But so not only did I watch it, I was inspired to read into the game. So there's The Witcher 3 Remastered. It's on PS4 right now. It actually came out, I believe, on PS3. And it also came out on, all of them came out on PC first. PC platform is actually a PC legendary game, and it has reached the consoles recently. And now it is a Netflix show starring Henry Cavill. And he's really cool, very good show, and very good video game saga. They're coming out with a part 4. It's a very, very good series. A lot of nudity, just like fucking God of War. If you like that type of shit, if you like titties in your video games, you like TNA.
All nudity, all day, all show.
It's weird because in my television and film, I don't really care about sex scenes. Like, I'm like, waste. Like power, all that. I'm just like, like I don't really care about like softcore porn while I'm watching TV. But for some reason in video games, I'm like, yeah, because like I don't usually see it, so I'm just like, yeah, bring on the titties.
Titties have come a long way in video games, though.
See the titties.
They used to be pointy triangles, and now they're like
terrible. I know. The N64 titties were terrible.
Lara Croft titties, like
PlayStation titties, they were terrible. PS4 titties, they're great. They're amazing.
Can't wait for those PS5 titties.
I know.
They're probably gonna be virtual reality.
Oh man, they're gonna finally make a good F size. Like,
we'll get GTA 5 again.
GTA 5, yeah, exactly. Oh man, that's gonna be great.
Little hang action.
Is that right? They're gonna show people unclipping the bra. Like they're gonna show like the clasps. Like that's how great the graphics are gonna be. So, also a remastered game. We have the definitive edition of Mafia. Now, I believe they're on part 3. I think they're about to get onto 4. But what started it all was the classic game that is actually one of the 9 out of 10 on many of the rating scales, and the other ones did generally as good. But Mafia #1 is the one that stands alone still. And I got into that. And so PS4 has been doing a lot of remastered versions. We talked about Resident Evil 2 and 3, and they're going to come out with 4 in 2021. Floritza, do you like video games at all? Like, I know you were just talking about, polygon titties before, but like, what, other than that, other than Lara Croft's cup size, sorry.
I'm still a Nintendo, Sega Genesis type of person.
Tell us some classics. Go ahead. Tell us
what, the Mario Brothers and Sonic.
Nice. Those are good.
Those used to play.
Somebody needs to get the Switch.
That's right. Well, you don't need to get the Switch, but it's okay. Yeah. No, they have those.
Oh yeah, I mean,
those retrofit games. Those little.
They actually came out with remastered versions of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy.
That's right. They're all in one. It's Mario 3D All-Stars.
On the Switch?
On the Switch, yeah. I got it for my girlfriend. She's happy.
I have a few. I've had a few friends that I've seen with like little, they're like super, it's like addicting. And I'm like, oh, it reminds me on the Switch. But.
Weird. And you're a busy lady. Maybe you do need some R&R. Maybe you do need a little video game in your hand.
You could take the Switch, plug it from your TV, take it on the go, and then when you get home, plug it back in and play it on your TV.
Oh, look at this! This guy is like he sounds like he's about to make a jingle, like,
right? I love having the Switch. It is the best thing ever.
It's a paid. This is not a paid advertisement.
Exactly.
Nintendo sponsor us.
Not a paid advertisement.
All right, so let's go somewhere else. Separate video games. This is not Tron.
No. What the fuck did I watch?
Vampires versus the Bronx.
Yes.
The Kid Miro was in it. Floritza hasn't watched it yet, and she's from the Bronx. What's up with the fuck with that? You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to all BX members. Take that. Take that. Jesus don't want nothing to do with you.
I thought it was going to be one of those really, really bad renditions, and there was going to be a lot of white people representing Bronx Nights, and I just didn't know.
Right? No, and it definitely could have went that way. And I definitely, you know what? Probably for a quick thought, I thought that too. So let me give you a little synopsis before I hear Harry's review of it. It's basically it's in modern times, and you have these modern Bronxites, right? Is that what it's called, Floritza?
Bronxites, yeah.
Yep, there we go. So the Kid Miro is in it from Bodega Boys, from Jesus and Miro, Showtime, and Vice. He's amazing. He's so funny on Twitter. And he's on there. And it's these boys, and they are dealing with gentrification. They're trying to save the bodega that Miro works in. And these vampires are behind the gentrification push. That's basically it. So I enjoyed the movie a lot. It had a great soundtrack. It had a great modern, and it had a great Latin soundtrack. Not only great J Balvin, but it went even further back with like Tito Puente, like all types of like great, yeah, man, all types of great Spanish music. Carla G, amazing, great soundtrack. So I liked the movie. It was cheesy. It was all that good stuff, but it was the right time. It had a Stranger Things kind of vibe to it. And I liked it. So go ahead, Harry. How did you feel about it?
I enjoyed it. I think I've seen too many movies, and I go into school for movies. I kind of spoiled I predicted pretty much most of the movie. It's like, that guy's going to do this. This girl is she's something important. Pay attention to that. But I quite enjoyed it. I feel like the only stereotypical, where they were about the Bronx was with Mero and Zoe Saldana were the only two people I felt felt the stereotype of Bronx. Everyone else, it was just like there's regular people, hanging out, bunch of kids.
That's
Just one little kid pretty much ran his whole neighborhood. Like he was like, "Can I get a block party?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure."
That's true. I didn't even realize that. That was funny. Like,
oh, little mayor, what's up? Can I get a block party?
That's usually how it is in the Bronx.
Don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything, Harry. So Maritza hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen it yet. She will. It's a really good movie. Everybody should see it. The reason why I saw Confirmation, even though it's like a few years old, Kerry Washington produces it, and she's in it. And Wendell Pierce from The Wire, a lot of Spike Lee movies as well. He plays Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas was an appointee of George Bush Sr., and he was second Black Supreme Court. He took over Thurgood Marshall's spot in the Supreme Court. And Thurgood Marshall actually, even in the movie Confirmation, and they have a video recording of him saying it. He says that you should never pick anything by race. It's a mistake. Not to say that like the race part of picking Clarence Thomas was wrong. The fundamental reasons of picking Clarence Thomas is incorrect. But he said if you have a white snake and you have a black snake, the only difference is nothing. They both bite. There's nothing. And he said that his father taught him that. So basically, it's the same thing with Clarence Thomas. That dude is a dirtbag just like Brett Kavanaugh. That guy got caught by Anita Hill, one of his subordinates at the EOC. And this is history, so it's not even a spoiler. He sexually harassed her. He was talking about his penis. He was talking about pubic hairs on a fucking Coke can, a Pepsi can. He was talking about all types of nasty things, bestiality. And that's sexual harassment. That is like a woman, a man, anybody should not feel uncomfortable at their job. And if someone says, "Hey, I am uncomfortable with talking about that kind of stuff, your love life, all that kind of that should be the end of it. That should be the end of it." But this was a long time ago. This was like the 80s. So, and Biden, your presidential nominee, he was a leader in embarrassing Anita Hill, not taking it seriously at first, not taking it seriously at all at first. And it took a long time to drag that out, and they embarrassed her thoroughly. And to be honest, both of them, at the conclusion, both of them decided not to make final statements. So basically, he went to go get confirmed 54 to 48, a very slim margin, one of the slimmest in history. And it's because, he had a very fucking shaky ass character. So, my bad. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. I love Kerry Washington. It was a very good political movie. It's on HBO Max right now if you need to go see it. Like I said, I saw The Witcher show. I've only seen a couple episodes. So, Harry, tell us more about The Witcher show, please.
So, Henry Cavill is in it, and there's a song that goes, "Toss a coin in the well for your Witcher." And that's all I know about the show. I haven't watched it.
So, like I said, it was a PC sensation. It was platform on there. The man that played Superman and so many other roles. He's great.
Man from Uncle.
Yes. Oh,
Enola Holmes.
Yeah. I didn't see Enola Holmes. That'll be on our review if we watch it. Oh, you saw it?
We'll talk about it next week.
Put on the outline, motherfucker. Anyway, so yes, Enola Holmes next week we'll review. No, we can review it now. Fuck it.
All right.
Enola, tell us about. But first of all, so The Witcher is about this fucking warlock, and he is traveling through town, and he's trying to battle monsters, and people hire him to battle these monsters and assassinate people and shit like that. And so, but now we have Enola Holmes starring Millie Bobby Jones from Stranger Things.
Millie Bobby Brown, you're right. And I said Bobby Jones. She is the sister of Sherlock Holmes, and it's on Netflix. Go ahead, Harry. Yeah, so basically Mycroft Holmes and Sherlock Holmes go off when she's the brother. Yeah, she stays with her mom because their father died, and she was a baby when they left. So her mom taught her everything. It takes place in whatever time period Sherlock Holmes was, where women were second-class citizens. And her mom taught her everything, made her pretty much the next Sherlock Holmes, made her mad smart and shit. And then her mom just disappears and she goes out to find her. And then a bunch of other shit happens. I don't want to spoil to where the plot changes. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of fourth wall break, but she did it very it was like done right. There's not many movies that can break the fourth wall correct.
True.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, one of the greatest fourth wall breaks ever.
Love that movie. Did we ever review Cuties? Did we review that?
I don't plan on watching that. I'm afraid of what might pop up in that movie.
It was very good. It was really good. So we'll review that real quick. That is about a Senegalese girl in France, and she's 11 years old. And so the reason why I'm mentioning it is because the producers, Netflix, and the director and the producers got indicted in Texas by a small town sheriff in Texas. And Ted Cruz has been leading the crusade to ban this movie because there is some suggestive shots in it. So it's an 11-year-old girl. She is in a culture war with her family. There's a lot of African traditions, not just African traditions, they're tribal Senegalese tradition. Yeah. So there's a lot of plural marriage in there, and it affects her family. And so she seeks refuge within this dance group that seems provocative. They are, but it's weird. But anyway, so she seeks refuge in that, and she goes overboard. And she tries to fit in, and it goes crazy. So the thing that a lot of people have a problem with is the camera angles. So not only are they showing that, the exploitive nature of people looking at, dance videos of 11-year-olds. I don't know why people are watching that. But the controversy is when they did those shots, they would zoom in on, the private parts pretty much. They would zoom in. But I felt like that was necessary for the narrative to show the exploitation, to show that, this is gruesome. And especially for an 11-year-old, this is what you're doing to these girls. When you do that, it's this is what society has them run to at that age. I'm not, but yeah. And especially Floritza, you could touch on this. You've been an 11-year-old girl yourself. We have not. We have not. And I don't know if you've seen the movie. It's okay if you haven't. And I get why Harry hasn't seen it a lot. The media has really scared off people with this. I don't feel like it's about that at all. And especially with teenage pageantries and all the child pedophilia that happens in this country under the table and shit like that. When a woman director from Africa shows the exploitative nature of it, and she's not trying to make a sensation out of it. She's not trying to make a joke out of it. She's trying to show that yes, this is a problem. This is a problem. And this is what it's not like little boys, they go off and go play baseball or something like that. No, women, they look at TV and they look at the expectations. It's crazy. My bad. So Floritza, can you touch on that subject if you haven't seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movie, but I totally agree. I feel like there's so much hypocrisy when you think about oh, this is horrible and this is a horrible perspective to show when somebody's actually trying to advocate and highlight this is an issue, especially in America. 95% of you can scroll on all your social media feeds and there's a plethora of inappropriate shots with underage kids just on people's Instagram. The other day, there was this I was reading this article about sexual child exploitation, and it was these influencers or these social media influencers that go to Africa and they take shots. And there was this one guy that was noting, I can't remember what the young girl's name was, but literally she was naked on the sand, and he was oh, how I miss you, whatever whatever her name was that I can't remember right now. And it was all over. There were articles about this, how he literally had her she was topless and he was laying over her. It's this grown white man over this, you can tell, teenage girl. So to me, it's it's okay when America does the same thing that we're seeing in this movie, but because somebody is actually trying to showcase an actual example of how this is done, it's now a problem and we need to ban it. And no, what we need to do is stop fucking doing it.
Absolutely. And I love this from you, Floritza. I watched your IG live, and you were great, by the way, man. So I'm glad that you're touching on this. This is a great subject. No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Where do I start? Roman Polanski, Woody Allen, they glorify these guys. And then I'll give you one more example before we move on. Thora Birch, American Beauty. Raise your hand if you've seen American Beauty.
I think I have.
Okay, so it is.
Like, yeah.
Kevin Spacey won the Best Actor for it over Denzel Washington, the Hurricane. I'll always mention that because I'm bitter about it. No, I'm joking. So he plays a Chester. He plays this person that's like unfulfilled with his life as a telemarketer, and his wife is having an affair, and he starts having sexual thoughts about his 15-year-old daughter's friend. Yes, about making love to her, and he ends up doing that. And he ends up fucking dying. Sorry for the spoiler, motherfuckers. That shit's like 20 years old. But anyway,
you should have watched it.
Yeah, exactly. You should have watched it. There's a fucking floating fucking plastic bag that floats around too, motherfucker. No, it's a great movie. But the reason why I mention it is because our fucking pedophilia motherfucking country. Thora Birch was 15 years old in that movie. Thora Birch had to sign a release. Her parents had to sign a release for her to be topless in the movie, 15 years old. So her parents signed off on the movie for her to show her boobs in the scene. It is a big rack, by the way. Sorry.
In the scene that's already showing that she's being sexually abused.
So she's not being sexually abused. Well, yeah, technically she's being sexually abused, but her parents gave consent. So it's hilarious because a lot of people have said, yo, fucking throw these parents in jail that had the girls playing Cuties, even though there was no nudity. There was like this part where like a nip slip, but I believe that they replaced it with an actual like person of age.
Yeah.
Whatever. It did the job. But like I said, Thora Birch was 15 years old. Her parents had to sign a consent form. There was no reason to show her tits. There was no reason. You could have like did some suggestive thing. You didn't have to do that. But that's hilarious. Like I said, nobody said shit about that. Nobody like made an uproar, blah, blah, blah. Some man directed that. Lolita is one of the most redone films of all time off of the base of the book about. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross. Jeremy Irons, I believe, was the last time I saw a rendition of that movie. So this country has no fucking grounds, no leg to stand on. It probably has the most child abuse out of any country in the world, if I had to put my fucking finger on it. And it's hilarious. It's
those kids that were like, all those kidnapped kids, it was like 47 that were found in like Atlanta that were like sex trafficked. Like just like 3 weeks ago.
Yes, that was a resurgence, yes. But there was also a Mindhunter. Yes, Atlanta, the Lost Children of Atlanta. That happens a lot. There's a lot of kidnappings in Atlanta of children. A lot. You're right. A lot of child molesters. I have when I was a substitute teacher, I found out that Schenectady, upstate New York, has the biggest concentration of child molesters, and it's the number one school district in upstate New York.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Predators fucking know what's on the menu. But anyway, so I saw the Komisky Method. That was nominated for a couple of Emmys. So anyway, go watch Cuties, by the way. I don't care. I'm not protesting. Harry, watch it, but you should. You should, like, whatever. It is uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. But, and it should be uncomfortable. You don't like little children. You don't like 11-year-olds. Like, I commend you for being uncomfortable with that. But no, there's a good message in that movie, and you should see it. Not necessary. Not like you need like this is one of the movies you can't die without saying no. But like if you're worried about that, don't be. But anyway, so Komisky Method, starring Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin, very good. They're coming back for a third and I think final season. They're kind of old. It's kind of like Grace and Frankie, this agent and this humbled actor that owns a studio. They're friends as well. And one of the wives die, and he volunteers to take care of him for the rest of his, I guess, 15 years left. So down to a new movie, Hubie Halloween. Take us away on Netflix, Harry.
So Hubie Halloween, I believe this is the movie Adam Sandler said he was going to make if he didn't win the award. So this is the shitty movie we got. I found it. I found it hilarious.
Uncut Gems was very good.
It was, and this movie, it wasn't the greatest. I forgot her name. Something Bowen.
Julie Bowen.
Yes.
Judy Bowen. She's from
Happy Gilmore.
Family. Oh yeah,
Happy Gilmore.
The reunion.
Yep, another reunion movie with a past lover he's had. Well, lead female role. But
Do you like Adam Sandler at all?
Nah.
Yeah, I get you. He's hit or miss. I feel you.
Adam Sandler, you're only an Adam Sandler fan is if you like stupid shit. Like if you don't like dumb movies, he's not the kind of guy for you. But Hubie Halloween's basically like some escaped convict, someone from a mental institute, like escapes. So he gets some weird neighbor. Something bad's about to happen on Halloween. And he's like this doofus guy that everyone makes fun of. But he's the nicest guy in the world, and he just wants to protect everybody in Salem. And he gets through a bunch of antics. His daughter actually is in the movie.
Oh, she's an actress, yes.
Yeah. No, but and his wife, they usually don't have big roles. His wife and his kid, they're usually like small roles, but they had bigger, his daughter had a really substantial root in the movie. Yeah. I think it was good if you want to watch. It's
doing well, and I got good reviews actually.
For my distinct for movies, the only thing has to be an entertaining movie to make it a good movie, and this was an entertaining movie. It's not the best movie in the world, but you'll laugh at some of it.
Which is typical for Adam Sandler.
Huh?
Harry, your hairline's looking good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What'd you say, Florence? I'm sorry.
I said which is typical for Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Not the best movie in the world. It's just
he's definitely progressed downward when it comes to comedy, but I'm always entertained by his movie.
That's true. The his most modern movie that I really enjoyed, as comedy wise, was probably That's My Boy.
That movie was funny. I love that movie.
Yeah. So yeah, and then he's had Jack and Jill in between. Even though I enjoy Zohan, it's not a good movie. Little Nicky's not good. I enjoyed that though. It took me a couple times to enjoy that. There's been really bad ones. What's the one? The Parents, where they go away for the weekend. The first one's good, but the second one sucks with David Spade and all them.
Oh, Grown Ups.
Yeah, Grown Ups.
What about the murder
one? The first one was good. Oh, that was a good one. That was actually pretty good.
I didn't see that. But I think it's been worth the investment actually on Netflix.
He's definitely straight to Netflix kind of guy now. He doesn't need a big movie base.
No, because I feel like that's his.
Harry, he has a big Netflix deal. He has an exclusive deal.
That's good.
For that reason.
And I'm glad he needs straight
contract.
Yeah. I'm glad he's on this contract.
His movies are very Netflix-ish. You have nothing to do on a random Monday. It's 6. There's nothing else, and you're like, oh, I guess let me watch this random Adam Sandler
stuck
movie.
In quarantine, so
Yeah, you just and then you end up watching it, and it's it's an awkward feel of oh, it wasn't bad. It was cool. You chuckled here and there, it was a laugh or two. You weren't hysterical, but I always say PG and PG-13 movies don't ever make me laugh, that heart-wrenching laugh.
I feel you. I have not seen it yet. I will. I actually do like Adam Sandler overall, for his overall career, and even when he dips into the method acting, I really enjoyed Uncut Gems. I didn't see the Sandy Wexler movie. I did see
that was good.
It was good. I heard mixed things about that. Maybe I will see that one day.
Greatest, but it was good.
But before we move on, a lot of people panned Adam Sandler for a long time, including myself, for the Netflix deal. I felt like Netflix was getting robbed by him because he had a lot of duds. But they actually revealed the metrics for Netflix, and I think we actually talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago, the top 10 Netflix ratings of all time. And he shows up on there 5 times. He shows the one with the two Jennifer Aniston movies. His catalog on Netflix is actually very, very strong. And it's taken a while. He's had some duds in between. But when you look at her overall, he's actually done very well for Netflix. So good for him, man. Sometimes you just got to let things progress. Sometimes you can't really judge.
Steady.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't judge the first chapter. You got to let this guy unfold. And yeah, he's been very good for Netflix. So then Harry will take us, will give us the last review of, it's actually another trending show. We have South Park, the Pandemic Special. They have been on a little bit of hiatus, the show, the animators, but now they're back and they have a big special on HBO Max. Tell us about it.
But the fault lies in all of you. You who bought that $300,000 house when you only had $20,000 to put down. You who bought that third car even though only 2 people in your home drive. It is time to stop pointing fingers. Finger pointing gets us nowhere. Steve. Buffalo Soldier in the heart of America. Stolen from Africa. Brought into America. She was fighting on the rival. You got nothing on us. You got nothing on us. Oh, Mama, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Obama. Hey, Obama.
Yeah, Mom. I can't go to the lake. No, Stan's having emotional problems, and they need to help see him through it. He's got, what is it?
Date rape psychosis.
Date rape something. Yeah. Okay, I will. Okay, thanks, Mom. I don't have to go outside.
Awesome!
Should I kill the towel now, sir?
Go ahead.
No, wait. Perhaps now we can use their own towel against them. These boys must return to Dynacorp, then we will launch a sneak attack on Dynacorp as well. You boys can take the towel to Dynacorp's central core and upload this encryption disk into their system, bringing them down once and for all.
But we don't care.
What the hell is this? The towel was supposed to go in there and then run its own self-destruct sequence. The towel has a will of its own. It's learning compassion.
Are you sure this is where they said to be? They said the gas station outside of town.
Well, I'm gonna get a little high.
The Pandemic Special. So basically, it's based. So Randy has he has a marijuana farm, and because of the whole COVID thing, the whole COVID thing, he's been getting a lot more money because people in time they want weed. So he creates this thing called the Pandemic Special, which is like you get a certain amount of weed in a bong. Like that was it. That's what it is.
Pandemic. I love it.
Yeah. So then you find out. Yeah. So you find out how how COVID came to America. I don't want to say it because it'll spoil it, but it involves Randy somehow. That's all I'm gonna have to say.
It always does. It always
and
does.
He's just paranoid. Yeah, he's just paranoid through the entire movie because he was involved. And
so it was like 90 minutes. It was like 90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah.
It was like a movie.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It just felt like a really long episode. It didn't feel like a movie. It felt like one of their episodes. Like it was paced very well. Neither do I.
But I would definitely watch that.
I'd watch it. I haven't watched a South Park episode in forever, but I'll catch it.
So it's not on Comedy Central. It's only exclusive on HBO Max if you're trying to watch that. So get on that. What the fuck did I say?
Tomorrow is tuna casserole.
Hooray!
Hey guys, we didn't hear that much from Clarissa, and now's our chance. Again, she is a Whole30 representative. Tell us more about that.
So I've been, I guess not necessarily a Whole30 representative, but like a Whole30 lifestyle liver, not a guru. I hate the word guru.
Guide?
Yeah, or follower, or like, just that's been my lifestyle.
Like you're giving like an organ away or something like that.
That's true.
30 liver, like okay, that sounds like it's on sale. That sounds like Teresa is like, black market
coach, an advocate,
not a Brazilian chef. Gotcha. No,
there you go. For like 5 years now. It's been awesome because it's like changed the way that I eat and the way that I see food, but I've also been able to use that relationship and that partnership and all of what they bring to the table to kind of advocate into other areas or talk about other things like food justice and equity in the food sector. So definitely trying to bring that lifestyle into the Bronx, into other neighborhoods,
Not vampires.
Not vampires, but healthy food options.
That's right.
And it's been awesome. It's been like Vincent, just kind of like one of those things where I've been doing this slow and steady for a while, and then one day I woke up and I was like, oh wow, I have a lot more followers now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, you do. You have a lot more. You have a great engagement too. Not even just the numbers of people that follow you, because not yours. I'm not talking about yours. But there's so many people that buy those things that like but that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have engagement, like whether those people are real or not, you have people getting in there and commenting on your posts and having real conversations about like food lifestyle and food recognition. I love it. I don't even, you know this, I don't like food content at all. Even when
you don't.
Even when I was consulting with you, with Maria, and you guys were working on the logo and stuff like that, that was a up and down ride. But it's okay. Like you came out swinging, and you have a great brand. You have a great brand, and I'm not going to predict anything, but I think you learned from that, and I think that like that's great. That's great. That's what we all need to do. Tell us more. So I heard that 50 Cent joined, and he has a whole 50 now. It's called Get the Strap.
Let me tell you, 50 is my buddy. 50 is my buddy.
Of course, it's all like based off 50.
No, I'm joking. She also covered Goya. She also covered when the president was endorsing that, and the CEO of Goya was. She had a great stance on that. She's unique. She has her own mind. Like the same thing. Like when people come up to me and they talk about, and I love my man Justin. Sorry that I'm shouting you out. But like I am voting for Biden, but he's always bringing me Biden news. Like he's a racist and he's worse than Trump, which he's not. Nobody is. And it's just fucking annoying. So he just thinks, in my mind, I'm not like trying to peg him with that. I feel like he thinks that all blacks like think the same or something like that, that we all have like an all common enemy. When I see a conservative black person, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I like think to myself, like, what's he thinking? But I also say to myself, well, he's a free thinker though. That's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people get to like, I totally don't see it, but I want that person to live. I don't want that person to just have views that I have or like automatically. So for Ritz, I've seen a couple of Latinx concerns within the community that you're in, that your network, and you said that Whole Foods has changed you and your brand. But I feel like, personally, from what I've seen, you've changed them more. Like, they didn't have that much diversity from what I saw, especially on the Latinx front, especially on the Dominican front, not just the Latinx front, the Dominican front, from the Bronx. We talked about Jesus and Miro. They have a comedy brand that they've developed that's called New York style comedy. Obviously they laugh at each other. They're not like traditional comedians. You're not a traditional chef, but you have brought this type of flavor to the Whole 30, and I feel like it's made a huge difference.
No, I mean, every time I talk to people about this, I'm like, I don't like to be called a food blogger. It's not at all what I am.
True.
You're gonna come to my site, like you're gonna come to my Instagram and you're gonna find food. Sometimes you're not gonna find food.
That's cool.
But food is like one of those, like food for me is one of those avenues that really opens the door to the conversation. Like when you think about food, like it brings people together, it tears them apart. Like that's what happens globally. Like it's what happens like historically. It's what you see, like, we have world hunger. We have like food is like, it's a weapon. Like you literally can use it as a weapon.
Yes.
So for me, like I always kind of, now sit very firm and like, it's what I use to add, like, it's my form of advocacy work. So it's important. Like when we think about diversity in all sectors or in like all forums, for me, it's like, okay, well, the Whole 30 is not necessarily like the biggest thing going on in the world, but it's just one of the many examples of the lack of equity that we see across the board. Like whether it's in professional environments, whether it's in the foods that you eat, the access to the foods that you eat, whether it's like, I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but for me, it's like, it's one of those ways where I get to talk about all of the things that I'm passionate about and that I think are important. And like you said, really bring in all of that like flavor and all of those vibes and like all of that like information that people know, but really don't give a shit about, to say like, hey, well, you need to stop like doing things just this way because it doesn't really include other people, or you need to stop using other people's shit and claiming it to be your own.
Yes.
So that's really kind of shifted for them for like now for quite some time. And it's, like I said, allowed me to also have doors open for me to be able to talk about this also within the Latinx community. And then also kind of cross-educate and be like, hey, this is why eating better and being like concerned about having access to all of these things is also important for you.
I totally agree. And like I said, I'm very proud of your page. I love it. I watch it all the time. I'm not into food content, but because your content is so good, I'm into it. I love the bright colors. I love all the things that you've done with it. Like even when you zoom in on the food, like you do a very good job color, like when you do recipes in her highlights. So you should definitely, if you love Whole30, if you love Dominican food, if you love any types of food, if you love good content, if you love diverse content, if you love like upbeat, colorful, vibrant things, please go to @ISimplyM_Floor. She also has other verticals. You can go check those out. Please tell us what those are.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
You have other verticals, right? Don't you have like I feel like you have like a website and stuff like you have other stuff.
I do. So we are working on like a huge rebrand.
Nice.
So that's kind of in the pipeline. There's going to be a lot of major changes going on with like
love it.
The I Simply Am Flawed personal brand. I have a new website coming up. So I do have the I Simply Am Flawed website. It's just isimplyamflawed.com.
Yes.
But major changes are coming to that that I'm very excited about. I've been working on them now for like most of 2020 with web developers and graphic designers and just kind of getting all the copywriting together. So it sounds very much cohesive with my voice and with the type of content that I'm trying to put out. So I'm not on Twitter. I'm not heavy on Twitter. Definitely on YouTube where I post all of my 60-minute kind of renditions.
Does very well. Very great.
I want to be like the next 60-minute tasty video type of person, super quick, nothing long. This is what you need. We got to come over the show together,
man. That's got to happen. What the fuck?
We do. I'm all here for it.
I love it. So let us, just a couple of things before we wrap up. So this is called Best Served Cold. This is episode 81. The cliche, like I said, is revenge is best served cold. I have a quick story. I was a camp counselor and I decided to come in for lunch, and I was very young. I think I was like 20 years old. And so the name of this story, I'm going to label it's called "Don't Yuck My Yum." Don't yuck my yum. And so when I worked at Harlem RBI, I was like 19 years old. And I worked with a lot of yuppies. I worked with a lot of Gretchens and a lot of like Haleys and stuff like that. People that probably weren't from New York. And so they brought us to this seminar, and I was coaching baseball in Harlem. And so I was getting $100 per week. I had to apply for a scholarship in order to get $7,000 for the summer. So that supplemented it. But to me, in my mind, Harlem RBI was still paying me $100 per week.
Just
even though I got the extra cash. So yeah, it was this internship / job for the summer. And I knew what I was getting paid, but they said, hey, you can apply for this scholarship. And I got it. I wrote this big ass essay, and they gave me $7,000 for the summer to supplement for having that shitty ass income. But again, I didn't think that way. I was just like, no, RBI is still paying me. Yeah, I got that $7,000. That was me. So it was like, I pay myself. I'm like, you still paying me $100 per week. So they wanted to teach us how to make vegetarian burritos. Now, I actually am very into the vegetarian, vegan lifestyle right now. I have some seafood every once in a while, so it's not fair to call me that. So I try to be plant-based as best as I can. Who knows if I'll ever run into some meat again? Pause. I do miss meat. I'm not gonna lie. And even like the products that I eat are like byproducts. Like they look like meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely miss it. But like, I don't want to eat animals anymore. To be honest, like I'm just not into it. Like I never really liked like on the bone chicken. I'm like, I just slowly
let's not talk about chicken. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, and I just that's just me. This is my personal thing. I'm not trying to get everybody on that lifestyle, whatever. So anyway, but back then I was all meat eating. I was all fucking carnivore. I was like, dude, I was eating raw meat back then. I was just like, right. I could have bit a deer's neck in the middle of the woods. Snap it to a Slim Jim. If his name was Jim, right? What'd you say?
We have the meats.
Right, we got the meat. Yeah, Pusha T made that jingle, by the way. We talked about that. Yep.
He owns 40% of that.
That's right. He came out with the jingle. That's right, and he came out with the residual rights for that. Such a G. And they came out. I don't know if you heard about this. But the clips, both of them, not just him, they came out with the jingle. I'm loving it for McDonald's, but they were so young they didn't negotiate a good deal.
I saw that in an article, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and he brought it on Joe Budden. He was on Joe Budden talking about it. So that might have been where you heard it.
So much money.
Yeah, no, Pusha T's rich. No, he's not rich off a rap, but he's rich. But anyway, so I'm at this seminar, and we're making these burritos, and they told us not to bring our lunch. So I'm like, "You're paying me $100 a week. What do you mean, don't bring my lunch?" I'm like, I'm not going to starve and get $100 per week. So they're like, "Oh, we're making these vegetarian burritos. You're going to eat that." I'm like, "But I'm not a vegetarian." I'm like, so I didn't even argue. I was just like, "I'm bringing my lunch." So I brought this fat ass ham sandwich. Right?
With cheese.
Right? It could have been from Arby's. It was like, we got the meats. We got all the meats. I used to, right? Big Range would have been proud. Like, damn, nigga. So anyway, they were super upset with me. They saw the sandwich, which I was bringing out. I tossed the fucking the fucking burrito. I was like, "Get this shit out of here." I made it. I learned. I'm going to teach these kids how to eat disgusting shit. So they were like, "Why did you do that then?" Why did these little bob cut white women
bunch of Karens?
Exactly. They were like, "Ben, why did you bring this ham sandwich?" And I was like, "This is gross. It's okay that you want the kids. I get it. We're teaching the kids how to eat healthy, but I'm a grown ass person at 19, right? I'm a grown ass man.
You can vote, Vince. You got the right to vote.
I can hold a gun. I can drink. No, I can't drink.
No, you couldn't drink it.
I could drink a smoothie. So I was like, "Yeah, this shit is fucking gross. Yuck." And they were like this. They ran to the board. They went like, oh. Ran to the board and made a lesson out of me. And they were like, today's lesson. Don't ever yuck my yum. Don't yuck my yum. And I'm like, oh my God, the yuppies would come up with a phrase like that. They would.
Don't yuck my yum.
Right? The fucking vampires of regentrification would say, don't yuck my yum. No, terrible. So yuck everybody's young, motherfuckers. Don't yuck anybody's gums. That's pretty nasty. It sounds like
I yuck people's yum
lady
all the
blowjob. But go yuck somebody's yum, guys. Some people eat some disgusting shit. But anyway, back to, so we're going to wrap it up. Best served cold. What is so I have a revenge plot for these ladies whenever I do meet them. What is your best revenge story? It doesn't have to be personal. It could be a movie. It could be anything. What's your favorite? What do you think of when you think of revenge?
How to Get Away with Murder. I don't know why, but that's just
Viola Davis. Hey, that popped up in your head. Viola Davis.
I never watched it, but I feel like that definitely had revenge in that show a lot.
Fun fact,
I'm just saying.
I tried out for a voiceover segment for that. I did not get it, but I tried out for ABC for their promo. I didn't get it, obviously. That would have been dope.
You wouldn't be sitting
what do you think of? Do you think of viola? Do you think of violins, or do you think of areolas? No, I'm joking. What do you think of when you think of revenge?
I don't know. It's
is it best served cold? Is it best served lukewarm? Is it?
If you have to get revenge on someone, you have too much time on your hands.
Right, Alex
Just ignore them.
What is revenge? Well, oh, you're right. You're right. That's how I do it, man. They say revenge sometimes, or plotting revenge is like drinking your own poison. You know what I'm saying? Like you're only hurting yourself, like trying to anticipate this person.
No, because you're focusing on negative.
Oh, I'm petty. No, I'm with you. I'm petty.
Like to me, I'm petty. I love revenge. It's my favorite
butter. It's my favorite tool in the shed,
like
man.
I'm petty queen.
That's
so
right.
like for me, like revenge is like I'm gonna remember that.
Oh shit! Somebody
and when I remember, like,
oh shit!
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like it could literally just be like we're talking about it 55 years later, and I bring it up, and it is like punchline of the decades, and I'm sitting there like in your face,
right? people will be like this. They're like, Vince, I thought you were over that. I was like, I am.
I am over it. I'm just
as I write down my next plot to kill that motherfucker. Like, just got reminded that I hate that motherfucker. All right. So before we are gonna wrap up. We have, like I said, we have to thank Floritza, and let's say it one more time. You can find her mostly where her best content is simply am_floor. That stands for Floritza Gomez. You can catch her on YouTube. She has a fantastic page that gets the full skinny on all her freaking recipes. And her, yeah, man, she's down there cooking some good ass sazon, some good ass motherfucking shit.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest, with your Frida Kahlo chest. Azul, Casa Azul. So, yeah, man, you got to check her out. Again, thank you for coming onto the show. I know you tried to kidnap Zoe Saldana, tried to make it seem like she was from the Bronx. You're great. You're from the Bronx. We can stand that, but don't you ever try to steal Colombiana. Don't you ever do that. Otherwise, we will have to edit you out of the show. I'm sorry. So you can catch us. You can catch Pokemon Stoner on PKMN Stoner on Instagram. You can if you want to go stalk his other shit, he has a personal page. I'm sure if you like follow the breadcrumbs, go look in the little follow section. And you see another picture of him. Go follow him. Go follow him. You can catch me in stillvinsane, or just type it in. You can catch me on Twitch. You can catch me in the FBI most wanted list. There's anywhere you can catch me on the COVID. Actually, I took my antibody, and I actually have never had COVID. Take that, motherfuckers. If anybody wants to eat my ass, I'm clean. I'm good to go. So Twitter, Keep Up NY, Twitch, Keep Up NYC. Then we got Keep Up NYC for Instagram. We got Patreon. Harry, we got to do something about that. Let's fucking get something on there. Facebook, it could be even merch. It could be any types of shit. And we got to start like a GoFundMe too. We got to start that type of shit. Facebook is Keep Up, Shut Up. Then, if you want to catch John, one of our engineers, it's John of All Trades. Go check out his page, Sammy and John, on YouTube. That's it. That's it, motherfuckers. Great episode, guys. Great episode. So, you better shut the fuck up, listen up, and keep up. And don't fansplain. With stillvinsane, Pokemon Stoner, our very, very awesome guest, Floritza Gomez. One more time. At I simply am _floor. From the whole 50 crew. No, I'm joking. The whole 30 crew.
Over and out, homie.